guys, welcome to Lazy Hype, where we talk all things wellness. Today I have my beautiful, vibrant friend, entrepreneur from Satorii, Ashby.
Hi.
Funny story. So she just opened, how long ago?
So our soft launch was in
October of last year.
October 2024, and then we did a hard launch on January 5th, which is really funny timing if you know anything that's been happening in LA. Yes, what is that? 2-3 months, really.
So I was stalking your studio. Before that, I saw your beautiful sign. Your partner did a phenomenal job with the graphics, and I'm all about font, color. I'm crazy with detail. So when I saw it, I said, oh, these people know what they're doing. I had no idea that it was going to be, friends owning it. I'm like, what kind of friend was I if I didn't know? But I had actually kind of heard some secrets throughout the studios, but I wasn't too sure. I wasn't putting the pieces together. So anyways, fast forward, I'm on Instagram. I'm reaching out to you guys via email. I think you probably didn't even have the email set up at the time.
Probably not.
And I'm just like really excited for you guys to open because it's right around the corner from me. And then I come to find out you're one of the owners, and it gets me so hyped for you because nobody deserves this more than you. And
Thank you so much.
I'm dying to know the journey to the studio. Is it pronounced Satorii or
Satorii?
Satorii?
Yes.
Okay.
It's nice that you even asked how to pronounce Satorii specifically because the word itself is a Zen Buddhism term that means sudden state of enlightenment.
Oh.
So, yeah, it also translates to comprehension, awakening. So, I remember the first time I ever read the word, I was doing some study. I'm always trying to learn and find new ways to connect or get closer to enlightenment, which I guess is what most of us are working towards in some way or another. Yeah, I heard the word, saw the word, and I was like, this is beautiful. This is exactly what I want in a yoga studio, is for people to leave feeling a little more enlightened than when they showed up. And then as time went on, it kept evolving, and we went into kind of being known as where you go when you're ready for more, which stemmed from the idea that yoga in a lot of places, not all, there's so many incredible studios, but had become a little bit watered down, right? We'd gotten off track from what yoga is really about, unity, community, and deepening your practice. There's so much more than the physical asana like we've talked about. And we were determined to create space where people can get stronger in their practice, whether that's spiritually, mentally, emotionally, finding clarity, getting that peak pose they've always wanted to, but never got the chance to practice in, normal class, because so many classes right now are just focused on workout, how much can you sweat, how hot is it? And then we kind of evolved a little more and we're like, we're just providing really good yoga. That's been our newest shtick. And it's been working out. That's what we're about. It's just providing really great yoga.
But you're also doing, I think, a phenomenal job combining the breathwork classes with Nicole.
Yes.
Also the sound baths. And then you'll do like cacao ceremonies where you embed almost everything, right?
Yeah.
It's not something you find in a lot of studios. So I think that's amazing.
Thank you. That was a big goal. It was, again, getting away from what we've jokingly called pop yoga or yoga lattes, these like combo classes, which I think are incredible. As you know, I've taught sculpt for years. I've enjoyed taking those classes and teaching those classes and built incredible communities around it. But we really wanted to implement more of that traditional. The breath work is so life-changing and it's not accessible at that many studios, and creating space for just breath work, right? Not just here's 3 minutes in the beginning of your practice or just ujjayi. Like here's holotropic breath for an hour. Have a spiritual awakening. So holotropic is what most of us know as the 3-part breath. So it's all done through the mouth. And when you see breath on our schedule, it's basically an hour of that. We'll usually have some time at the end for a sound bath just to integrate any ideas that came through, any awakenings, any release of emotions, which is really common in those classes. But it goes belly, chest release.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, you've done it.
I've
You've done
done
it with
that.
me
Yeah.
as well.
I just didn't know the fancy term for it.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
thought I was like learning how to breathe properly.
Right. Well, and that's the other thing. Just doing breath work, any of the techniques, in class, I'll usually include alternate nostril breathing, or I try to take a moment either for the 3-part breath or maybe circular breathing with the 2-part, just a nonstop breath to help energize the body. All of it is so beneficial in a physical way because we're usually not using a lot of our lung capacity at all, sometimes just never even bringing awareness to the breath. So dropping into those fully focused breathwork classes can be life-changing.
Yesterday, my chiropractor is very good with breath. He always makes me breathe in, breathe out.
I love that.
And he told me that I'm doing a much better job breathing through my tummy because I used to breathe through my chest. But he's like, now I've noticed that your breath gets stuck in your chest and doesn't fully come out. And I was like, Ashby, I need to take more breath classes.
Noted, got it, right? That's so interesting. And so many of us have that shallow, it ends right here.
Why do you think that is?
It can be an energetic block. It's also just lack of awareness, right? We think because we breathe to live that you're going to do it automatically. And we do, right? If we're living in a state of fight or flight, which most of us are spending, it's something like 4 or 5 times the amount that we were supposed to spend in fight or flight. So that makes the breath shorter, more shallow, less consistent, oftentimes through the mouth, which has loads of implications when it comes to filtering out toxins, illness in the air, whatever you're trying to keep out of your body when we're breathing through the mouth without any awareness or thought about it. We're just kind of calling that stuff in. And then again, being very shallow with the breath. And Nicole, I love when she says in class, shallow breath leads to a shallow life. The deeper you breathe,
oh my God.
right? The deeper you breathe and the more aware you are of the power of your breath, the more deep and fulfilling your life becomes, right? Because you're giving yourself that time to clear out those energetic blocks, whatever's stopping your breath right here, doing it with more intention, right?
That totally makes sense.